locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Everybody. Everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and the Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds on a Sunday morning. Good morning, fellas.
You know, for a second there, I thought you were going to let the entire song play out.
I wanted to, but I want to get this going because I need you guys to pump me up today. I'm the one that's emotional. I'm the one that's always hyped up. But I got to tell you guys, I'm not feeling it.
You're not feeling it, man?
I'm not feeling it.
I don't think any of us are feeling it, but we're going to try our best out here.
I'm not feeling it, so it's up to you two guys, the young bucks, to get me going.
We're going to try our best here today.
Let's
Billy.
go. Pump me up.
We
Let's
got
go,
this.
Andrew.
Let's go. Let's
Pump
go.
me up, Danny.
Hey, listen, I'm
Because
scarred.
I saw nothing that I saw Friday.
Oh,
I have nothing to get excited about.
I mean, you shouldn't have anything to get
No.
excited about when both of your best guards don't play like they're your best guards. James Harden played with lackadaisical effort out there and just overall wasn't hitting his shots. I remember he had a three in I think it was early in the fourth quarter. I was like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Thank you, James. How do you, and we can talk about this obviously during the show,
Well,
but how do you,
got a lot to talk about today.
how do you go from 45 points in game one on 17 for 30 shooting to I believe it was 2 for 30 something in his last two?
So he's got 28 points in the last two games.
It's brutal, man. It's such night and day. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is
Right?
insane. I mean, I think James Harden,
Come on, guys, pump
I
me
believe
up.
it's 2 for 13 from three-pointer since game one.
Oh.
He's 2 for 13 from three. I believe he is 6 for 30 from the field.
Sixers-Celtics, game 4 at 3:30. Coverage starts at 3 o'clock right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Of course.
But I'm not feeling it, guys. You guys got to pump me up.
Yeah,
you
man.
young bucks. Tell me what, Andrew, tell me why should I be excited today?
I think you should be excited today because you don't really have any other choice but to get behind this team at this
Exactly.
point. I mean, if they lose today, that's all she wrote. They're not winning 2 games at Boston. I mean, you look at their track record in Boston recently and they're 1-4 since 2018, the entire Embiid era. And Embiid didn't even play in that one win. That was obviously last Wednesday or Monday, rather, whatever it was.
Got Sixers basketball. We got the Phillies today. By the way, the starting lineups just came out.
Mhm.
We'll be going on the mound with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. We talk Phillies baseball with Tommy Greene at the bottom of the first hour. And then top of the second hour, we're going to talk with Chief of Sports Medicine at Virtua, Orthopedic Surgeon Dr. McMillan.
Yeah, good show.
Because
prepared for
you know
today.
why I'm having him on, because I want to put to bed the all the misinformation that's out there about a sprain, one what am I doing? A sprain. What do you call it?
Come on, get it out
Jeez,
there.
I can't even.
A grade 1
A grade one.
LCL
Thank you
sprain.
very much. A grade 1 sprain. It is a tear.
Yeah, it is, and it's
He
concerning.
played 39 minutes the other day.
And he looked great. He looked great. That first
You
game,
think he looked great?
I did. I mean,
I think he looked very. I don't know about it's not
Friday
all
night,
time.
that's Friday night. You thought he
It's
looked
not
great?
all time Embiid game, but he
Compared-
played better than everyone else.
I could agree with that. It wasn't an all-time Embiid game. It wasn't 40
I couldn't even
plus.
get that grade 1 thing out.
He didn't, he didn't drop 40 plus, but he looked much better than, game, what was that, game 2? He looked much better than game 2. And, it proved he got the rust off and he was hitting his shots. I think he could have improved a little bit on the mid-range stuff to try and help us win, but he did all he could in his power to try and help us win. He needs help out there.
Well, so you don't think he's been affected by his knee injury?
I think in game 2 he was definitely a bit rusty to start off, but it wasn't noticeable to me watching live in game 3. I thought he looked great. I mean, not the best of his.
My brother
standards,
Bobby and I
but-
got into a big disagreement. What else is new? That's
Mm-hmm.
what we do. We argue about sports. And
Oh,
so
is that your moron brother?
Yeah, my moron brother. He's an idiot. But I said, you know what? I'm going to call Dr. Sean McMillan and find out. I want to hear from the horse. Like he's an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
He knows all about that. So there's no question. But I wonder if did they play him too much? 39 minutes in game 3.
I know that's starting to be the narrative. People want to like speculate that. What else are you gonna do if you don't play him that many minutes? You don't have any chance going into that fourth quarter. But they kept him. He kept the minute, and Harden obviously was not able to keep the minute. He's been atrocious the past 2 games. Maxey hasn't been really good. So, I mean, if you take him away, what chance do you have, Billy?
Yeah, and I have the exact numbers. Harden has shot 5 for 28 since game 1 on 2 of 13 shooting from 3. That is, he shot 17 for 30 in game 1, which is over 50%. He's not even shooting 25%.
And we talked about this yesterday, Danny. You weren't here, but the other guy, the ensemble around him is not playing well. I mean, those guys, they're like standing around watching him, waiting for him to do something. If you want to watch the game, buy a ticket and sit in the seats.
Yeah. I mean, Doc Rivers at this point is trying everyone he can. I mean, I saw Damwell House got some time in game 3. He doesn't know what to do because these guys around him aren't really playing well. Melton's not playing well when, typically during the regular season, he could drop 20, 25 on one of his best nights. Now you're lucky to get 10 plus out of him. So it's just not a great look. It's not.
So the Phillies drop 2 to the Boston Red Sox. We lose the other night to the Celtics. Boston's coming in here and riding out like Paul Revere.
They need to win today. They need to win today to try and get these Boston fans off our back.
We need 2 wins.
Yeah, 2 wins. That's right. They're playing Boston against the Phillies too. So, man. I mean,
so last night Harper hits his first home run.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
About 375.
It's nice to have him back.
So tell me, you young guys, why is Schwarber leading off?
I could not tell you. I mean, thankfully, the lineups came out today, and it looks like that's going to change for today's matchup. But, I mean, it's just Robbie Thompson kind of deferring to what worked last year, which I get the mentality, but I feel like after 2 games, 3 games, that should be enough to let you know it's time to make a change.
It's a different team, man. You got Trey Turner. You got a much improved Bryson Stott. He doesn't need to lead off. He's a power hitter for a reason. He needs to be around the 4 or 5 spot, especially with Hoskins out. That's my opinion, though.
And then, of course, the 149th running of the Kentucky Derby. Yesterday, we had Jeffrey Nash, the purveyor of FastlaneHandicapper.com. Madge wins it, right? Was it 15
I think
to 1?
I believe you said 15 to
shot.
1. Yeah, it came from behind, like you were saying how you like to see.
Yeah, right.
It came from behind, and
I didn't get my
took the win
bets
in
in
the end.
yesterday.
I was going to say, no money on it yesterday, Billy?
No, you got to save that all for today, right?
Well,
yeah, you throwing money on the Sixers game?
So I'm glad you brought that up, Andrew, the intern, because Danny, on Friday, I try to use since I'm a jinx, I can't win a bet. I can't even pick my nose. Right?
It's tough to bet in the NBA playoffs this year too.
I put all my money on the Celtics for thinking that I jinx them.
Yeah.
This way, if the Sixers win, it's the best money I ever spent.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose, at least I got a little cushion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Today I'm putting it all on. I'm going to jinx the Celtics. I'm put it all on the Celtics.
So you're putting the money you won on
I
Friday?
got $139 in my sports.
My favorite part of the strategy is that you're ignoring the fact that you tried this on Friday and it did not work out. So you're going for it again. But hey, if you put all of it in,
well, that's the thing though. It might be a win-win.
My luck is so bad. I'm guaranteed to lose.
Yeah,
you can't win 2 in a row.
No.
It might be a win-win for you because, like you
That's
said on
right.
Friday, Sixers lost, but you were what? Almost $80 richer after that, something like that. So we got 2 texts, by the way. I want to get to one of our loyal listeners, Dan in EHT. He says, conspiracy theory, Doc Rivers is still on the Celtics payroll. And then he followed up with underdog mentality is the Philly way, Billy. Let's go, in all caps, Sixers.
Let's go Sixers. Get me excited today. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Give us some stuff to chew on today. Get us excited. Get me pumped up.
Speaking of the text line.
I don't feel it.
I don't feel it either, but we're going to try our best. As Philly sports fans, we're kind of programmed to be optimists with how bad it's been over the years. Dan at EHT has another text. The offense goes through Joe. Guys stand around when Joe gets the ball because he is such a bad passer. I don't agree with that.
I think he's improved his
He's
passing
a much improved
greatly
passer
this year.
I think he's passing too much.
And then I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Is Jimmy Butler playing out of his mind? Is he unbelievable?
Playoff Jimmy.
Can you guys explain to me the Miami Heat? They lose Hero. They lose Oladipo, right? Oladipo. And Butler's hurt, and they're still winning.
Yeah,
Can't make it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they match up well against this Knicks team. I thought that going in. I mean,
I told
Jimmy Butler's
I told you guys that if the Sixers lose to the Celtics, I'm pulling for the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they call him Himmy Butler nowadays because he is him.
I'm not going to lie to you. I know you don't like LeBron, but if the Sixers get eliminated, I'm rooting for the Lakers. I am. I'm not going to root for the Warriors. I'm not going to root for the Nuggets, but I'm rooting for the Lakers.
My favorite team remaining right now is probably Phoenix, outside of Philly, obviously. Yeah. I main reason it's very silly. Normally with me, with sports, I have the Philly teams, and then I go based off what uniforms I like. And
not a bad method.
Same as my girlfriend, actually. That's
and one thing before we get started on our show today, 21 years ago today, we were talking about practice. Not a game, but practice.
Not the game. Not the game.
Not the game.
I sweat and tears. And...
Practice.
Practice. I'll stop it there. We can go on all day with that.
That's
man.
Beautiful. All right, we got a great show lined up today. We got the youth movement in here, Age Against Youth. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing of the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari's Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. You want to book a private party? Give Dave Lavari a call, 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball.
Out of here. The wind didn't bother Freddie Freeman right there. He got all over it.
Heated National League West rivals go head-to-head in San Diego when Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers face Manny Machado and the Padres.
There it goes and gone. Home run, Manny Machado.
The Dodgers at the Padres on Sunday Night Baseball.
This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest. Come on!
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein. The youth movement in here in the locker room. We got Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds. We're also, you can check us out on our StreamYard, my YouTube channel. Go to my website, The Locker Room, Billy Schwein. Scroll down. You can check us out there. Andrew Leeds, you set up the website. You did a great job with that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you go on the website right now, you scroll down a little bit, you can watch us live.
Right.
www.thelockerroom.
What do the Sixers need to do today, intern? What do you
Oh, you know the answer to that. Come on.
So what?
Yeah.
What are the? Give me two things.
Two things.
Two things that you need to see it from the Sixers today for them to win.
Two things you need to see. First off, as Danny alluded to earlier, just more energy. I mean, more grit. You see the Boston, they're son out there. They're diving for balls. Marcus Smart's getting offensive rebounds.
They want every loose ball.
We need more energy. And second, probably just as equally important, we need James Harden to figure out what he's doing out there. I mean, game one, he looked great. That was awesome. You can give him just as much credit for winning us game one as you can give him credit for losing game three. Right. So we need him to step
and game
it up.
two, really. I mean, he wasn't good in game two at all.
Danny, why wasn't he shooting the other day?
The thing was
he wasn't really like in game one. He would go to the penetrate to the basket, and then he'd pull up with a little jump, a 5 foot jump shot.
His mid-range game looked as good as we've seen it in quite some time.
Now he's going down the lane, and he's either passing to nobody, turning the ball over, or he's not shooting,
or he's trying to hook his arms.
He's getting blocked.
Or he's trying to hook his arms on a defender looking for a foul call that they don't give him because of the new rules in the NBA. Listen, the thing is with him, he was taking his shots in game three. Now, he wasn't being game one, James Harden taking 30 shots, but his entire offensive game plan just flips upside down when Joel Embiid's on the court, and that can't happen. It just can't. I'm sorry. When you're in the playoffs, I get in the regular season, you want to feed Joel Embiid. So one, he can get MVP, and two, your team can overall have the best game plan. But in the playoffs, it's a different beast. You need a guard who can score at will, and he showed that in game one. Didn't show it in game 2 or 3. And like Andrew said, needs to play with more energy. Not only Harden does, but the entire team. Because the Celtics are more talented than us. When they out-hustle us, they're going to win 9 out of 10 times.
We established this yesterday, Andrew, that the Celtics have balanced scoring. And we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Al Horford willing to give you 5 threes, you got Malcolm Brogdon.
5 for 7?
I think 5 for 7.
Brogdon. Al Horford, Danny.
I can't stand that dude. I can't.
Al Horford,
him.
5 for 7 from the 3-point line,
and he always does that to us. He couldn't do that in Philly.
I was talking about this with my brother at the game yesterday. It is crazy to me, as much as I dislike Al Horford for his time here in Philly. He's only like the 3rd most hated Celtic for me at the moment.
Yeah, I think number 1 goes Marcus Smart.
Yeah, but you know what? We would love to have Marcus Smart on our team.
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
We would.
That's the point.
The thing is, though,
I mean, PJ Tucker, we thought we'd get that out of him. He's doing a little bit of it, but not enough.
he's just not as talented scoring the ball.
How about
to-
him on Friday,
He
though?
had 9 points.
He had like, what,
Yeah.
4 threes, if
Yeah.
not 3 threes? That's
Hey,
huge.
Well, no,
the
he finished with 9.
Yeah, the birthday
9, so 3 threes in the
Yeah.
dunk.
the birthday boy was feeling himself on
Yeah, he
Friday
was.
night.
Birthday boy. Now, Andrew, you're going to the game today.
Yep, yes
How
I
about
am.
This guy, Danny.
He is
Yeah,
just a regular
I'm
at the
out
Fard.
here. Yeah, this is insane.
You better
I
be
mean,
bringing it when you go
I
to that
will
game
be. I'll
today.
be level 200.
You know what? You should lose your voice.
I did the other night, and we
if
didn't
you
even.
don't- If you come home with a voice and you didn't leave it on the court.
Yeah, ask my stepdad how my voice was.
You didn't leave it.
leaving.
You gotta be all in.
Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have a show tomorrow.
And you know what, Danny? He even said on Friday, he attended the game Friday as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics took the crowd out of it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say the Celtics did. I would say James Harden and everybody but Embiid took the game out of it more than the Celtics.
Remember you would go to a hockey game and the guys, like, say you're on a power play and they're hitting the puck, everybody's going, shoot.
Yeah.
They were doing that to Harden.
Yeah, it genuinely felt like we were witnessing prime Ben Simmons out there. It was unreal.
And people have made the comparison that what is he turning into Ben Simmons? He's not going to shoot.
Yeah, let's not go that far because he was still taking
yeah.
shots, but still, I mean, he did look, with how poorly he played on the offensive side, he looked like Ben Simmons, And the problem with that is if he's not on, you're then relying on a 22-year-old guard to try and get you 20 or 30 plus in round 2 of the NBA playoffs. Tyrese Maxey is not a veteran, and we're expecting him to play like one. He's playing exactly like a 22-year-old in the playoffs. How about the veteran plays like a veteran?
Yeah, I mean, Maxey's averaging 17 in this series. He's doing his part. I know he didn't look good
Well,
Friday
that's because
night.
he had a really good game 1.
I'm talking about Maxey, not Harden. I'm talking about Maxey.
No, even Maxey. I mean, he's not.
Yeah, but he played solid
Maxey,
in game 2
he
as
hasn't
well.
played as well as I
He
like
shot
him to
10
play.
for 24 in
Yeah,
game 1. I mean, he was really struggling. I don't know. I don't know what to say
All right,
because
Danny. So what do you need to see? What do you need to
Yeah,
see?
Give us 2 things.
Give us 2 things that you need to see.
I need to see Joel Embiid do what he did in game 3. I think he did everything right. He was outstanding on the defensive end. Even in game 2, he was
He's been
outstanding.
blocking a lot of shots.
5 blocks coming back from injury for the first time playing in 2 weeks, and you get 5 block shots. So I need what Joel Embiid did in game 3 and game 2 defensively, game 3 offensively. And the second thing is just guard output from scoring. I mean, we talk about James Harden. If that happens again, they probably have a slim chance of winning. But either one, whoever's not on,
Right.
they need to pick up the slack for their opposing guard, their 1 or 2 guard, because you can't just have, relying on DeAnthony Melton, relying on a Shake Milton if they give him minutes. Like, it just can't happen.
George Niang outperformed James Harden in game 3, and that's unreal.
He is such a liability on defense, too.
I know, but he drove to the basket like 2 or 3 times in a row. I was like, dude. I mean, more aggressive than Harden is.
609-403-0973 is the text board. What do the Sixers need to do to win this game tonight?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's
3:30 tip-off. Catch all the action here, 97.3 ESPN. These guys got to come out with high energy.
Yeah.
They've got to get off to a good start.
How many years in a row would that be a second-round elimination for the Sixers?
Way, we said this numerous times. The Celtics and the Celtics owners, they've won 14 of the last 21 playoff series.
Yeah, we haven't beat them in the
14.
we haven't beat them in the playoffs since Julius Erving was on the team.
It's a disgrace.
If they lose this year,
it'll be
6 straight. 6 straight years of a second-round exit.
Well, no, actually, one of those was a sweep against Boston in the first round.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the bubble. So.
Second round or less.
Yeah.
It would be 6 straight years of first or second round play, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned they need to play with energy. I mean, you look at James Harden's comments after the game on Friday night, and I mean, he was asked about whether he thinks he could have taken more looks in the paint rather than passing it out.
He knows basketball.
His exact words, I don't know. I got to watch the game, but I'm pretty good on basketball instincts. I know when to score and I know when to pass. So I'm pretty sure a lot of them was the right play. I don't think they were there, buddy. He also was asked if Boston did anything to impact him on Friday night, and you know what he responded? He gave a lengthy answer here. Nope.
One word.
He's got to have more energy today. I love him, but
609-403-0973. What do the Sixers need to do today to get a win? They need to come out. They need to have energy. They need to have a fire in their belly. I didn't see any of that on Friday.
They didn't play with an energy. You're right, Billy. I mean, Harden kind
How
of.
do you not get up for a playoff game against your arch rival, the Celtics?
At home.
When
at home.
When your guy is lifting up the most valuable player award with his son in his arms.
You couldn't get the crowd more ramped up before the game than an MVP award to Joel Embiid, who's been snubbed the past 2 years. And you waste the crowd's energy like that, James Harden. And I'll even go and throw shade at Tyrese Maxey for that too, because he is typically a great player at home. He feeds off the crowd, and he
Yeah.
overall looks more comfortable. And
But
he
how
didn't
many
at all.
times did he go up for a layup and get him blocked?
That's one
Yeah.
thing with him.
I mean-
He has looked much worse finishing at the rim. All these jelly but reverse layups. I don't want to see them anymore.
No.
Go up hard to the
Go up
basket.
strong.
Yes.
You can't do that in the second round against guys who are 6'10".
It's one thing if you have a wide open lane too, but there's typically two guys closing out on him in the paint when he does that.
I don't get it. I just,
Hey.
I don't know.
Let's not let Tobias Harris off the hook
And-
either
and
here
then-
real quick, because he also has not showed up
Tobias
this
Harris.
series. He's averaging 13 points a game. He looked great in round one.
And then I
but-
see Jimmy Butler last night play the way he played. I can only think, how do we get rid of Jimmy Butler?
Eric Spoelstra, by the way, is a terrific coach. What he's been able
Oh
to do
my
with that
God.
band of misfits, oh my
And
goodness.
they're hurt. They're banged up. And they're still
Exactly.
winning.
I mean-
know it's the Knicks, but still.
They're relying on Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, and they're all doing good. I mean, Duncan Robinson and former Blue Coats player for like 6 years, Haywood Highsmith, is getting playoff minutes. Are you kidding me? And they're making him look like he's a serviceable role player, man. It's just,
609-403-0973 is the text board. Tell us what the Sixers need to do right off the bat.
Dan in EHT is carrying the text board today. He says, when Smart flops trying to take a charge, someone needs to get in his face and establish just that
And
grittiness.
guess what? That's another. You guys all know the boy that cried wolf, right?
Mhm.
Right?
He
James
is
Harden
ridiculous.
goes down, you go down, you go down, you go down. Then when you really go down, because it was a real, and it's like, do we believe him?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He
I get
goes
what you're
down
saying.
so much, he looks like he got shot.
Yeah.
He stepped on. He was taking a three one time, and he came down. He stepped on, I guess, Marcus Smart's foot, and he went down like he broke his leg.
Yeah, I will say I
Can't
do
that.
agree.
That's a horrible look.
I agree. The only problem I've been having is why does Marcus Smart have a better whistle than James Harden? Because again, Marcus Smart does the same thing, and for some reason he's getting to go to the free throw
Because he
line.
goes down so much.
But I'm saying Marcus Smart goes down just as much, but he
No,
gets
you
the
think he
call.
does?
Yes.
Why do I
Yes.
think that? Why is my perception that Harden goes down more than Marcus?
Harden goes down more on the offensive side, but if you put a feather on Marcus Smart on defense, he's flopping like he just got thrown by a gorilla. Like it's terrible. I hate the
That
guy.
makes the officiating a little bit more difficult, right?
Well, speaking of officiating, I don't know if you guys can agree, but not only in game 1, but game 2 and 3, I feel like the officiating has been, and no bias
God
here.
awful on Friday.
It's been
I agree.
awful. Game 1 was awful, and we still won that
But
game.
we can't, we can't do that. It's sour.
Yeah, I
no,
can't.
I know, I
You
get
know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. I will never sit here and outright blame the refs for
Mhm.
a loss. That's not why we lost. However, I will say through 7 playoff games, I don't think the Sixers have gotten the better end of the calls for
No.
one of them.
I mean,
Even against Brooklyn, I just feel as if because they wanted to extend the series maybe, or just Brooklyn, they're not as good as the Sixers, so they gave them the benefit of the doubt with the calls. I just feel like the refs have been making it probably because of James Harden and Joel Embiid's reputation. They're
Yeah.
being way more strict.
I would say the same thing about the officiating if I was a Charlotte Hornets fan. I want to make it clear, all bias aside, if I was watching this as a neutral NBA fan, this is, I'm not going to say some of the worst officiating, but very poor officiating with how one-sided it is.
Agreed. Well, before we get to Tommy Greene, before we go on the mound, I just want to say that the Sixers need this is a must win, right?
No doubt about it.
This is a must win today.
You can't win going down 3-1. It's impossible, especially 2 on the road and maybe 1
We're
back.
gonna see what this team's made of today.
Yeah, I
we
saw
are.
somebody.
Today's put up or shut up.
We're going to see if Danny in EHT is right that Doc Rivers is still on the Celtics payroll.
609-403-0973 is the text board. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, there's a new wind blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. or visit them online at motml.com. Ask for Michael Pileggi to test drive your car today. All right, when we return, we'll go on the mound with Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers-Celtics Game 4 later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
In the lane on Smart, hangs in traffic, puts it up and in. James Harden, a rugged interior basket.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Your play-by-play home for Sixers playoff basketball. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan, again and again. Call Lenigan, again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Carrie, is this schedule the most updated?
There's a wedding season rush at Dr. Iona's dental practice.
They're fully booked.
She needs a dental hygienist to unveil fresh smiles.
How long has 3 been under the UV light?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Give your small business one tech solution that checks all the boxes. It's all here with the Comcast Business Complete Connectivity Solution. It's cyber threat security for peace of mind. Check. The power of the largest, fastest, reliable network for small business. That's a triple box check right there. And save up to 75% a year on your wireless bill with Comcast Business Mobile. Check and cha-ching. It's everything you need to keep your business connected. From the company powered by the next generation 10G network. The complete connectivity solution. Get started for just $49 a month for 12 months when you add mobile. And ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 5/21/23. Restrictions apply. Requires 2-year agreement, EcoBill, and autopay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Compares weighted average of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data. Savings vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live. The Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, the youth movement, Sunday morning here in the locker room. Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds, ganging up on the old man.
Yep.
You guys got to get me pumped up. We're gonna switch it over to baseball. We're gonna talk Phillies baseball. And we're going to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. A longtime partner of the Philadelphia Phillies, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Designated hitters win games. Designated drivers save lives. Take the Hero Pledge today at herocampaign.org. And remember to be a hero. Be a designated driver. Let's go to the Maserati, the main line, sports hotline, and welcome in our good buddy, Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
Good morning, Billy. Great to be on again with you.
Tommy, the Phillies are losers of 6 in a row. And I don't know about you. I know Mike Carlin, my Saturday co-host, says it's only May. Take it easy. But I mean, 6 in a row. They're not showing me anything. No fight. They're not winning games the way they need to start playing better here.
Well, you said it coming on before you introduced me. You sure you want to talk about them this week? Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious, what the deal is. I mean, as far as just look at the last 7 games, and we go from week to week. I go from Sunday to Saturday. Is usually why I look at it, because with the radio shows and stuff I do, and you look at it, and it's a combination of both pitching and hitting. They both they're basically in the last hitting. They're 24th in baseball this week, and playing and pitching they're 27th. So they're giving up runs and not scoring enough. So and that's not a bad combination. No. So I mean, it's bottom line, they got to tighten the ship up, and you can't afford to go. You can have some weeks where you have a losing week, but you can't afford to go 0-6 that often. So this doesn't need to happen again. They need to get on the run and win 6 or 7 in a row now.
Tommy, am I getting too worked up for no reason? It's like, calm me down. It's May. They've lost 6 in a row. They're 15 and 19. I'm like, should I be this way?
Well, it's the game of baseball. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. You'd be playing, and then we'd be in trouble. So, but I've seen it go by different ways. There's been times. I went through the minor leagues and big leagues where in the minor leagues one time we started out, we stunk it up the first, probably 35 games or so, and then we went on a 25-2 run, and then same thing in the big leagues when you're, I think it was 91. We stunk up the first half, and we were the best team in the National League the second half. Yeah. But we were too far behind. That's the thing you got to worry about, is playing so bad you get too far behind. Right. Because the runs can be there. It's just getting on the right track. They're still trying to get people healthy. Hopefully Ranger can come in and calm down the staff a little bit, because the last couple of guys in our staff 4 and 5, Walker and are not pitching well.
Well,
right
Tommy,
now.
You look at Bailey.
We need that common factor, So
Tommy, you look at Bailey Falter. I mean, my man's 0-6. His ERA is 5.75. He seems like he has good stuff. What's wrong with him? Why is he what's he doing wrong?
Yeah. To me, he pitches up all the time. He's a left-hander that's over the top. He gets out there. He's got good stuff. He had good starts earlier in the season, and just didn't get any run support to help him to get a W beside his name. But he pitched well, and but the last few outings he's really gotten beat up a little bit. And it doesn't take but a couple of outings, and your ERA, your numbers go down the toilet. But what I've seen in him, he's pitching up all the time. Everything's at the top of the zone, and you start getting up there all the time. They've seen him now. There's a lot of people seen him. They're getting the book on him a little bit more. He's not necessarily overpowering. His ball plays up because of the late life, because of the extension he gets out there. He gets closer to the plate than probably anybody in baseball almost. And, his ball does some things, kind of hops a little bit, but you still have to pitch down in the zone some to make that fastball up more effective, to make them want to chase it out of the zone, but you start missing in the zone, and that's what's happening up there at the top half of the zone, and you're going to pay the price, and that's what's been happening a little bit more so the last few starts. And, we can't afford to have them. And now where everybody's sort of like having those starts, Wheeler and Nola are pitching okay, but they're giving up runs. We're just not outscoring the opposition, during their starts. And, it's, but the other ones, we're giving up 8 and, 5, 6. You can't afford to do that often. You're going to have your times where you struggle during the course of the season, but you got to get it on track to keep your team better in ball games and not make them having to score too much.
Hey, Tommy Greene, this is Andrew Leeds. You talk about getting on track. How about Bryce Harper's return to the lineup, how he's been playing? What do you think about his energy that he's brought, just being inserted in the lineup, and also just the lack of ability to bring some runs around him so far?
Well, I mean, it's good. It's obviously great to see him back. He got clearance to play. Really disappointed in baseball about not allowing him to put the time to put the brace on. This stuff is driving me absolutely insane. As far as that stuff's concerned, what they're doing to the game, as far as that's concerned. He's one of your superstars that draws fans to the ballpark. And now you're risking doing things just because of an extra 5 seconds, or so.
Doesn't make any sense.
That should be an umpire's discretion or something like that. But still, it's like they say, you opened up Pandora's box. You allow one, you got to allow them all. That type of thing. But still, I didn't like it from the beginning. As far as the time frame and stuff they're trying to do, it speeds up the game, and that's a good thing. I get that. But they're also messing with the game too much. They got to find a common ground somewhere where you adding a little bit more time, but not allowing enough where it takes forever. So that's something they got to figure out because it's doing some things. But loving the way he's come out swinging the bat, getting hits and getting on base. The energy. Running the base is good. He hasn't. He's sliding obviously the way you're supposed to slide, no head first and stuff like that. He can't afford to do that, and he's sliding on his left side, which he needs to do. That way he doesn't drag that right arm behind him. That's he's doing the right things, and it's just everybody's got to get we got to ham and egg it a little bit and pick each other up a little bit better than we've been doing.
Tommy, I want to touch on the pitching a little bit more. This is the producer Danny Ryan here, but Ranger Suarez, he's coming back from his rehab starts in the minors. Bailey Falter, obviously we talked about him and how he blew up in the third inning yesterday. Matt Strahm was recently just sent back to the bullpen. So one, how big of an impact do you think Ranger's going to have and how much support do you think he's going to give to this rotation? But two, would you rather see Matt Strahm or Bailey Falter in that rotation after the struggles from Falter so far?
Well, I think Strahm's because of what he offers adds what we a little bit what we need in that bullpen too. To come in and do some things. He's versatile like that, and then he can be the swing guy when you need some innings to do some things. Ranger's going to be. He's not going to be the so to speak savior, that type of thing. But I'm looking for him to when he comes back. I'm looking for him to jump right in and pitch like he's capable of pitching, not to get in shape to do. He's got to be ready to go. That type of thing, and it should be the way. Like coming out of spring training, you should be ready to go, pitch count wise and everything else. It shouldn't be no delays on you pitching 105, 110 pitches. Or whatever needs to be done. But I'm looking for him to step right in and hopefully be a common force. To that rotation a little bit. We need some steadiness right there at the end. You got to have 3 of the 5 guys going pretty good at the same time, and hopefully winning those ball games. They don't need to win, but the team winning that day, they give you. That's a good thing because you win 3 out of 5 games all the time. At the end of the season, you were looking pretty good. But they got to find a way to get on that track.
We're talking with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. We do every Sunday. We go on the mound with Tommy Greene. Brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Now, Tommy, the batting order is the lineup is out today, and it's a lineup that I like. It's a lineup that I want to see more often. They've had Schwarber. Topper's been sticking with Schwarber at the top of the lineup. He took a collar last night, went 0 for 5. He's batting 176 too. So today, Topper changed the lineup. We got Stott leading off, playing second base. He's batting 295. Trey Turner, he's batting second, 262. Bryce Harper batting third, 375. Castellanos batting cleanup, 305. Schwarber in the 5-hole. That's where I think he should be. Muto, Baum, Marsh, and Sosa. That's the lineup I want to see.
Yeah, I think putting Baum down there, it gives him situation where he can. Because if he gets hot, he starts swinging the bat good. He took a lot of collars, a lot of offers this past week. A lot of at least 3 0 for 5s and 1 0 for 4. That I'm seeing. In the line when leading off, I'm not. I don't get it. I get the power stuff, and doing that thing, but I think he's better, down the end because he's just not getting it done at the top. You got to have guys on base to do things. He's one of those things. He can do some damage. They mess up. You got those guys on in front of you a little bit. You got a couple guys on it. That's a 3-run homer around less than a 1, or at least scoring a couple runs if he gets a base hit. But we just need him hitting the ball now, hitting them where they're not. I'm not worried about hitting home runs. That'll come when he starts hitting the baseball squarely. So it's just now we just need to get him going. Just get him going, hitting the ball solid. And you go through those times, and he's been notorious for that. He's very streaky with that stuff, and hopefully we can get him going, and that spot with runners on. That's how you score a bunch of runs. So hopefully that can happen.
Well, hopefully they can salvage the series with a win today. Tommy Greene, as always, we really appreciate having you on, talking Phillies baseball as we go on the mound with Tommy Greene every Sunday, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign. Tommy, thank you so much, and let's go Phils.
You got it, pal. See you next week.
There he is, Tommy Greene on the mound, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers, a longtime partner of the Philadelphia Phillies, reminding you not to drink and drive and to always have a designated driver. Designated hitters win games. Designated drivers save lives. Take the Hero Pledge today at herocampaign.org. And remember to be a hero. Be a designated driver. Tommy Greene on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. We talked about what Strom was sent to the bullpen, and Bailey Falter is going to remain in the starting rotation. I would keep Strom in there.
He's been doing good so far. Why would you not? And especially with the struggles of Falter. But I get it. You signed him as a reliever in the offseason. You want to try that experiment out. So, maybe he'll turn it around.
And maybe, he'll help up the bullpen. You want to put somebody. The bullpen's been playing pretty solid up until recently. So
Craig Kimbrell, walk-off grand slam, by the way. How about that? First pitch swinging. Oh, man.
All right. The first hour in the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or call the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunek. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these games, one of these events that seems to fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, we're recapping all the Sixers and Celtics action from Game 3 and Game 4. Plus, the Red Sox in town will look back at the Phillies weekend against Boston. Philly and Boston all weekend long. We're talking about it Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's sports leader.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunek, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge. Now let's see what your dog has to say.
As a dog, I think Progressive's auto pet policy is... Oh, what is that?
That's just Mateo. Weird. Anyway, Progressive Protection. There it is again. See? This is why I need protection. I'm so distracted. Nope, that is still Mateo.
Progressive Auto Insurance covers pets for up to $1,000 in a car accident at no extra charge. And we think your dog would say that's great too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Welcome to America, the land of junk sleep, where it's bedtime, but you're double booked. Here, there's always one more deadline to meet, episode to watch, or meme to share. The world may not want you to sleep, but we do. Only the sleep experts at Mattress Firm can help you find the right bed at the right price. Unjunk your sleep. In-store or online at mattressfirm.com today.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TETL to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321321. That's Kettle to 321321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein with the youth movement.
Yep.
Danny Ryan and Andrew Leeds in here in the locker room, ganging up on the old man. Hey, two charity events we'd like to tell you about. On May 15th, Brian Prop's Gaffa Golf Classic benefiting the Stroke Center of the University of Pennsylvania at the Riverwinds Golf and Tennis Club. For more details, visit golfgaffa.com. And then on Saturday, June 17th, at 10 Towers Happy Boxes fundraiser benefiting local children at the American Legion, 1st Street and Summers Point, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are $25, which include entry, food, and entertainment. For more information, contact Tara Ciola, 609-415-8398. Send her an email, tarashappyboxes@gmail.com. We'll be talking about practice.
Hey, every little thing she does is magic, Billy. Come on. Every little thing she does is magic. You missed it. Me and Andrew were bobbing our heads over here.
I didn't even notice you were dancing.
Yeah, we were both doing it at the same time.
We were big police guys.
That was your band, right? That was your band. Still your band?
You've seen them 22 times live? Is that what you said?
20 in 6 different states.
That's
and it wasn't
wild.
like I was following them. It's just I just happened to be there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right. Hour one's in the books. Hour two, we're going to talk with head of sports medicine at Virtua, chief of sports medicine, Orthopedic Surgeon Dr. Sean McMillan. And we're going to ask Sean, because my brother Bobby and I had a big argument about the injury. And I want to get clarification.
You and your brother had a big argument? That's a shocker.
He thinks he knows everything.
Come on, you're the Schweims.
He thinks he
What do you call him?
What do you mean?
What your moron brother?
Your
Is that
moron,
what it is?
fat,
stupid. He thinks he's right about this, and I reached out to Dr. Sean McMillan, and we're gonna.
So
what?
So what you're saying is he thinks he's right, and you think you're right.
Yeah, but I'm right.
You
He's
are
wrong.
right.
I'm right.
So what does he think he's right about? That the injury is affecting Embiid?
Yeah, he thinks that it's going to get worse. That it's going to require surgery, and I want to get the doctor to tell us exactly.
I'm going to have to agree with him. I don't think it's going to affect him a whole lot unless he re-aggravates it in this playoff run. If let's just say they advance against the Celtics, which is not looking like it, but I think he will require surgery at least in the offseason.
I could see him it would help. I don't think he'll need it, but I think he'll get it.
I mean, it's still a slight tear, apparently.
We're going to find out. So Mark Grimes, one of our good buddies and as advertiser here with us, one of the clients, he gets great seats. When he goes to the Sixers game, every time you see Doc Rivers, he's sitting right behind Doc Rivers.
Oh, really?
He's got the greatest seats. It's unbelievable. So I said, are you going to the game today? He said, nah, he's sitting this one out. I don't think the Sixers are going to fare well today. He thinks they're going down.
I hope not, man. I mean, he's sitting behind Doc
You
Rivers.
guys are, I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
I mean,
I gave you the assignment to get me all fired up, and you're not doing it.
How do you expect us to get all hyped up
find
after
a way.
losing
You're
2
going to the
games in
game.
a row? All right.
You get me fired.
For the love of Philly.
At the end of the day, we got to be true to ourselves, and what we saw on Friday was not encouraging, Billy. Hey,
man.
I'm one of the biggest optimist Philly fans you'll ever meet, but the Celtics have done this to us too many times. They've owned us over the past 5 or 6 years. Why should I hype you up right now? Come on.
And you know what? Here, I'll give you an answer, Danny.
Because you guys got all this youthful exuberance.
Try to hype Philly up. I'll give you an answer, Danny. Because this Sixers team, if we've seen them this year, they are different from Sixers teams of past. This team responds when they go down. And this is what they've got to do tonight.
Did not respond on Friday.
Hey, they're going to respond down.
It's a gut check today.
Hey,
It's going to reach down.
Let me ask you guys this. They win today. What do you think their chances are in the series? Still think they lose to the Celtics?
They win today. I've got them in 6.
Them in 6?
No, 7.
I was gonna say,
I forgot they play in Boston.
I initially said Sixers in 7. I'm going to stick with it. If they win today, they got a shot.
If they lose, they're not coming back. If they lose today.
All right. Hour 1 in the books. Hour 2, we're going to talk with the Chief of Sports Medicine at Virtua, Orthopedic Surgeon Dr. McMillan. It's the locker with Billy Schwein and the youth movement. Danny Ryan and Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
It's Sixers-Celtics. Game 4 later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
In the lane on Smart, hangs in traffic, puts it up and in. James Harden, a rugged interior basket.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Your play-by-play home for Sixers playoff basketball. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Hey, Hector, not a real customer. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 44-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
Welcome to Ethos, a new kind of insurance company that believes life insurance should be hassle-free, affordable, and accessible for everyone.
For around $1 a day, I got a 20-year, $250,000 term life insurance policy without a medical exam. All I had to do was answer a few health questions and snap, family protected. It was quick and easy. Ethos is 100% online. I got a quote in seconds, applied in minutes, and got coverage in hours. Just answer a few health questions. No medical exam, no blood tests, no hassle. Look, nobody wants to plan for the unthinkable, but it would be so much worse to not plan at all. So don't put it off. It feels great having the peace of mind knowing that my family is protected.
Ethos, the 100% online hassle-free way to get affordable life insurance. Don't wait. Get your free online quote now at ethoslife.com. That's ethoslife.com.
You've never had anything like Kentucky Fried Chicken's new chicken nuggets. They're so good, you'll hear a random choir singing every time you open the box. Don't believe me? Just listen. Box open. KFC chicken nuggets. KFC. Box close. Open. Original recipe. KFC. Close. Can we get a remix? Order KFC's new chicken nuggets on the KFC app today. That's finger looking good. Prices and participation may vary.
At Ocean First Bank, our first thought is you. We put you first in all we do. Community banking for a century. We treat you like your family. Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Spring into a great rate with our 9-month CD. For a limited time, earn 4.65% APY when you open this CD with at least $10,000 of new money to Ocean First. Don't delay. Visit oceanfirst.com for complete details and to open online.
Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. You first.
Certain rules and restrictions apply. Member FDIC.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
With all the sports we have, every time of the year is the best time of the year.
And the crowd just buzzing with excitement.
On 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein with the youth movement in here. Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds.
Let's go, let's go.
They're trying to get me pumped up for the Sixers game today, and I don't think they're doing a good enough job.
How could you not love Philly Boston?
We're worried about our MVP, Joel Embiid, and his knee injury. My brother Bobby and I had a major dispute, and I called Dr. Sean McMillan. We're going to get him on because I want clarification on this knee, on his knee. Will he require surgery? Did he play too many minutes the other night? He played 39 out of 48 minutes. Is that too much? Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room the Chief of Sports Medicine at Virtua, Orthopedic Surgeon Dr. Sean McMillan. What's up, Sean? Doc?
Morning, Billy. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Doc, it was so funny. I was telling the guys, my brother Bobby and I had a big argument about Joel Embiid's injury. So what I do, I pick up the phone and called you. But do you think, first and foremost, do you think Joel Embiid played too many minutes the other night?
I mean, it's tough to say, right? It's more about how he's feeling. I mean, if he's feeling good, then you're going to let him play. It's more about how does he recover afterwards. So if he comes out today and says he can't play because the knee's swollen or he's not able to do it, then sure, he played too many minutes. But like you and I talked about, one of the keys for him is keeping this knee loose. So, the Sixers were trying not to lose that game, and he must have said he was feeling okay. So, I mean, I trust the medical staff on that one.
Doc, let's talk about the actual injury itself. It's an LCL, and you told me that if a grade 1 sprain is a little bit of a tear, but you said that heals in like if you cut yourself, your skin heals in.
Yeah, exactly. So we grade these injuries 1, 2, and 3. 3 is a complete rupture, and those tend to need surgery or needs a long time to heal. These grade 1s are more like micro tears. So again, there's something that can heal on their own. And as Embiid pointed out, they're usually a 4 to 6 week injury, but they did everything they could to sort of get him back. 1, he's a great athlete. 2, they gave him an injection of his own blood called PRP to help speed up the process. And really, it's just a hold your breath and watch him play type situation.
We're talking with Dr. Sean McMillan. He's the Chief of Sports Medicine at Virtua. The injury to the ACL is the more critical ligament of the two, right? Or the 4?
100%. Yep.
Explain to us what the LCL does. What's its function?
So on the knee, you have 2 ligaments that are outside of the knee joint on the inner part and the outer part. They're called the medial collateral ligament and the lateral collateral ligament. They have stability with side-to-side movement. So, your knee is a hinge. It flexes and extends. But when you sort of go left to right, that's what the knee joint does with the LCL and the MCL. It adds stability. So that way when he's trying to cut across the lane quick and be a rim protector, that's one of those things that might stress that LCL.
Hey, Doctor, it's producer Danny Ryan here. I want to talk about Embiid real quick and then maybe touch on Bryce Harper a bit later. But Embiid, we obviously talked about it, the grade 1, a small tear essentially. And you mentioned that if it's a grade 3, those are the ones that typically require surgery. My first question is, do you think he's going to go through a surgical procedure in the offseason just to make sure that's, A-okay? Yeah, tightened up. And then 2, I mean, what would it take really for that injury to kind of be aggravated in this series? Would he be out the rest of the series if he were to aggravate it? What's that process like?
Yeah, and that's the dicey part, right? So typically LCL injuries, grade 1, grade 2, don't require surgery. They heal on their own, and I gave Billy the analogy that if you cut yourself, you give it enough time to let it heal without playing with the scab, it's going to heal over just fine. So I don't think there's any surgery in this future. You know, regarding the irritation factor, though, I mean, that's the problem, right? Someone goes up and sort of bangs into his knee or falls into him. That knee is not 100% strong, so it puts them at risk of not only injuring that LCL, but other things inside the knee, like the ACL or the meniscus.
Hi, Dr. Sean McMillan. This is Andrew Leeds. I just wanted to ask you, with Joel Embiid's injury history, I mean, hasn't had a healthy playoff run his entire career, but the interesting thing to me is the fact that they're all kind of separate, random injuries. I mean, you have a broken right orbital bone 1 year, you have a broken left, you got the meniscus the 1 year, you got the sprain right now. What do you think this is more of a matter with Embiid's particular? Is it more of a matter of like being injury prone, or do you think this is just unluckiness? With
maybe because he's so big.
Yeah, is it just because of his size? Is he prone to these injuries, or are they all just freak accidents that happen at the worst of times?
Yeah, it's more freak accidents. It's also the way he plays. You know, he throws his body around all over the place. I mean, he spends half the game on the floor, whether it's hustle or just the way he plays. So that's something where a guy that big and a guy that muscular and heavy, whatever you want to call it. It's just a lot of force every time he goes down on the ground. So something that hopefully he's able to learn to protect himself better as his career goes on. But I wouldn't call him injury prone per se. This is just sort of a lot of bad luck in the way he plays the game.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I've actually seen it's been reported before that Embiid has been told by doctors that it's actually better for him to fall to the ground in order to, I guess, control his landing.
My daughter calls him the human mop. He's always on the floor.
Do you think it's just a matter? Do you think it's just a matter of him not being, he's trying to fall properly and just gets messed up? Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. I mean, look, you're 7 feet, 300 pounds. I mean, you come down, it is what it is. I mean, early on, you remember Shaquille O'Neal diving all over the place for balls and doing things. And at some point, he sort of wised up a little bit. So I'm not saying to change his game, but I'm saying he's got to have a little bit of just sort of self-awareness and realize, where he's at and maybe not hit the deck as hard.
We're talking with Dr. Sean McMillan. He's the chief of sports medicine at Virtua, orthopedic surgeon. Let's talk about Bryce Harper's injury. How are you surprised at how fast he came back, Doc?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a testament to him being some sort of otherworldly athlete. And, the type of surgery he had is known for fast recoveries. But even this, seeing him hit that home run last night, this is more than you could have hoped for or expected as a Phillies fan.
Do you think that I saw an article? I think I read an article where a lot of other players are looking to see, how fast he recovered. I guess it puts pressure on other players that had that surgery. But is it because he's in such a top shape, or is he just because he just happened to heal quicker?
Yeah, there's a combination of things, Billy. One is obviously he just has a different body than the rest of us, so that's the first thing. But the other part of it too is it's the position he plays. He's not a pitcher, not putting as much torque on that arm. He certainly had an injury that was amenable to what's called an internal brace procedure, where you're able to sort of add basically a very strong piece of suture to the repair that allows you to put stress on it much earlier. So that's a little bit of those advances we talk about in medicine. But all in all, even with all that factored together, no one expected him back at 5 months doing what he's doing.
That's crazy. I mean, just Tommy John surgery takes usually what 16 months. What's the average? What's the normal?
Yeah, for a pitcher, we're talking around 16 months, give or take. And when they come back earlier than that, it's a miracle. So seeing a guy out there that basically missed the first month of the season and was able to give his all in that playoff run last year, it's sort of just mind blowing.
All right, Doc. I know you're a big sports fan. You're a big Sixers guy. What do you think the Sixers are going to do today? You think we'll get a W out of them, or do you think the Celtics are going to?
I do, because I think everyone has the realization that if they don't get this win, the odds of them pulling the series off certainly drop a whole lot. So I hopefully get to see a more active, more aggressive James Harden, as Embiid implored him to do the other night, and I think the Sixers pull it out.
Well, Doc, listen, I really appreciate you coming on and straightening this out and give us some insight on these injuries. We really appreciate it. Let's go Sixers.
Let's go Sixers, guys. Have a great day.
All right, there he is, the chief of sports medicine at Virtua, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sean McMillan, on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City, it's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need for the party. Check out the website, circleliquors.com, or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Go ahead and say hi to Chet. Tell him the Locker Room sent you. Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari's Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 at Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials, open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Every Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. Hey, you want to book a private party? Give my good buddy Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker with Billy Schwein and the Youth Movement. Danny Ryan and Andrew Leeds in the Locker with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN.
Here's what you missed on Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
Shefty is like ball of energy, racing around with all his phones at one time. He's got 8 million things going on. Woj is the opposite. Woj will be sitting in the room. He's eating, he's talking, he's chatting with everyone. And all of a sudden, and he'll get up and he'll walk out the door. A minute later on his Twitter feed, there's some enormous breaking story. I've come to learn when he leaves the room, something's about to happen.
Greeny, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board has once again increased the price of wine and spirits. To avoid this increase, shop with Total Wine & More and save up to 40%. Total Wine & More, offering the lowest prices for over 30 years. Drink responsibly, B21.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321-321. That's ROCK to 321-321.
Hello, I am Barbara, branch manager with Viking Pest. Viking is proud to have served our community for over 40 years. With local offices across the state of New Jersey, we treat for pests in and around your home or business. Visit VikingPest.com for help. That's VikingPest.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN. mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, the youth movement, the young guys. Andrew Leeds, Danny Ryan in here, picking on the old man. But guys, is the NBA? Is it a center league? Like, are we playing smaller now?
See, I think it's a weird mix. I would say it's a positionless league more than anything. I mean, you got Joel Embiid, he's a center, he's shooting like crazy.
You got Luka Doncic at 6'7", being a point guard, like, you know.
Right? Yeah, like back then you had Magic Johnson, you had Penny Hardaway, but
Johnson is 6'9".
They were outliers.
Yeah, they were an anomaly at the time.
At point guards. Now that's kind of the regular. And hey, I mean, I will say the center position is definitely making a return in general. This is the first decade already. We're only 4 years into the 2020s, or 3 years.
Right.
We already have 3 center MVPs. There hasn't been 3 center MVPs in a decade since the 80s.
Right.
Not in a row. This is in a row, not even consecutive.
Is that right?
Just 3 MVPs in general. The last time there were 2 was the 90s with Shaq.
It seems like this team, the Sixers, they don't look cohesive right now.
I don't think you can win around
they're
center.
all out of like they're obviously look. I said this. If you these guys are standing around waiting for their savior Joel Embiid, the MVP, to take over. Well, he's not doing it. I mean, he's playing well. For what he's going through with the injury, but the other players like standing around watching.
And I think that's why it makes it so tough. You know, you try to feed through the monster and Joel Embiid, the MVP of the league, and then no one else really knows what to do. Right. I mean, case in point, James Harden.
So is that Doc Rivers' fault for not like
to an extent? But at some point, the players have to take control. You know, they have to take control and know that they are in the NBA for a reason and act like it. I mean, come on.
609-403-0973. I'm still mad at you guys. You guys are supposed to be getting me pumped up.
Listen,
I don't feel pumped up.
I'm not going to lie to our audience. Give me a break here. Come on, they would see right through that. They know how poor they played.
Here's what you got to focus on. You got to focus on not what happened the last 2 games, not what happened on Friday. You got to focus on right here, right now. South Broad Street, Phillies Celtics, Boston Phillies.
So we're not used to like we had the Phillies run last year. We had the Eagles all the way to the Super Bowl, and the Sixers were just dying, like salivating to get a win and beat Boston and move on, get out of the second round.
I mean, I think we can agree, too, that if they move on and beat Boston, the Eastern Conference Finals will be a cakewalk versus the Heat or the Knicks.
I do think the Heat will give us a tough game. I think the Sixers win that series, no doubt. I think it goes to 6, though.
Yeah,
I think Miami will
max 6
give
games.
us a run, yeah. But I would feel confident taking the Sixers to win.
As we sit here in the studio, of course, we have ESPN, and we get to see all the replays, the highlights and everything, and they're showing the Heat, Jimmy Butler, you guys, it just sticks in my craw that we don't have Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pushing and shoving. They're doing they're playing nasty. They got a chip on their shoulder.
And guess what else they have? A good coach. A very good coach.
I will say I've never been the hugest fan of Doc Rivers, even back when he was with the Clippers. I think he plays an outdated style of coaching that doesn't work more. I would not put the blame on him.
No. And not
Boston.
all of it's
I think, there's stuff he could be doing, but you even saw in the game, he was trying to check James Harden saying, do you guys want to win?
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing?
No, and I like that.
I
like that.
Yeah. It was a lot better than his come on speech against the Nets in game 3 when he just said, come on. Come on, guys.
No, I mean, I think the thing with him is like the expectations are set so low for Doc Rivers at this point, with just what he's shown us the past 2 years, that when he does coach half decent, he looks good. And that's poor. That's a bad thing to expect from your head coach, but that's just the reality. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is he has to get through this team somehow, because it seemed like every 3-pointer the Celtics took was wide open.
Well, and see, here's the thing. We talked about this yesterday, right, Andrew?
Yep.
It seems like every time we got close to them, they hit a big shot. They hit a big 3, and they just crushed our momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like every time they took a 3, if they didn't make it, they got the offensive board.
I think they only had one lead. It was in the beginning of the game.
No,
they got to within 2
their last lead, I believe, was some like 36-33 midway through the second, or 10 minutes left in the second. So it was back and forth for a little while.
Effort. I mean, you got the Celtics are diving for balls. They're more physical. They just have that look.
And that's the thing.
And like the Sixers, other than Joel Embiid, they look like they're lost.
The Celtics are already more talented than the Sixers as a team. When they start to out-hustle you, you have no chance. And, like, just think about it. If they would have gotten a hold of about 5 or 6 of those offensive rebounds that the Celtics capitalized on for a big 2 or a big 3. This game's completely different. They probably win game 3, but they didn't hustle. The ball just bounced around into the Celtics' hands, and they got wide open looks from it.
For the life of me, I can't understand how a team could come out flat the way the Sixers did in game 3.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do
I know, especially in a moment
do
like
that when you're in the playoffs?
And being in that crowd when Embiid lifted up that trophy, man, like you would have thought that the Sixers were about to run them out.
And you were there. Like you said, the crowd was electric.
Oh my God. Dude, when Jason Kelsey came out to ring the bell, I thought that the arena was about to explode. It felt like there was nothing was going to stop us. And then little did we know James Harden had other plans.
I'm curious to see, and obviously you're going to the game, but I'm curious, Danny, to see or hear how loud the crowd is from the beginning of the game today.
I'm a little worried.
Because just like, look, Andrew's going to the game. There's a lot of trepidation. People are probably going. They don't know how to react.
Yeah, I was watching the game at Chickies and Pete's in Glassboro on Friday, and I'll tell you what, when the Celtics went on an early run in the first quarter, it was like I think like a 20-8 ball game at one point when they started to pull away. That crowd can't, like, we hold our players to high expectations. You need to hold the crowd to high expectations because it can't just pick and choose when it wants to be loud, pick and choose when it wants to be energetic. Every single time on defense, you better be screaming your lungs out. It's the Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah, but you guys, just like the fans that go to the games, they're smart. Philadelphia's an educated basketball town. What you say?
Yeah, but if you're an educated...
They know basketball, so if you go to a game and you're not seeing effort out of the players, it's hard for us to get up in the stands.
What are you going to do about it, though? What are you going to do about it? You're going to bring energy, and you're going to try and get them back into the game. Because you know the players feed off a home crowd, especially in Philadelphia. You know that.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say, I think the crowd on Friday night, they got out of it, but they did get back in. I mean, they were ready to explode once again in the third quarter once they cut it down to 2.
All right, let me ask you guys this. Do you think, I'm just throwing this out there, I haven't been tipped off or not, I don't know anything.
No inside sources.
No inside sources, but is there, with James Harden, the effort that he put in, do you think there's like any internal, maybe they're not getting along or something? I don't know. How could they be so out of sync?
I personally don't think so. I mean, I could see James Harden and Doc Rivers.
He gave Embiid a Rolex
exactly.
watch.
I was going to say, you saw how really well this team meshed together, their camaraderie, their chemistry when Embiid won the MVP.
Yeah.
They're all in that hotel room lobby, conference room with him. So I think that...
I was just throwing that out there. Because Harden didn't... I mean, they were all... You saw them arguing amongst themselves.
Yeah, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey did say yesterday that they all looked at film together and they had some real heart-to-hearts and they let it all loose. They were not holding back. They said what they needed to say and they're going to work together as brothers.
That's healthy.
That's healthy. I mean, yeah, right. Because listen, you learn from your mistakes and you come back and you regroup. If they win today, I think, obviously it's 2-2, but you go back to Boston where, what are we, 0-6?
Technically 1-4 actually in Boston because 2 of those losses were in the bubble.
Okay.
So 0-4 since 2018. Embiid is, 1-4, but Embiid is 0-4 because that one win was in game 1. James Harden, dropping 45 points.
609-403-0973 is the text board. What do the Sixers have to do today to get a win? 609-403-0973. I just need to see a better effort.
We got another text on the text board for the first time in about an hour. Monica L chimes in and adds some salt to the wound. Just imagine if we kept Jimmy Butler. Let's go Sixers. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's exactly what we need right now, a guy who has the energy, determination, and the leadership to try and rally this team back.
Man.
Some guys are winners, and some guys just, winners and not losers, but followers. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say some guys are winners and some guys are Ben Simmons.
Some guys are winners and some guys are Tobias Harris.
Listen, Butler is a winner.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
he wills his team to win.
He carried his team on that back in the bubble to take them to the finals. They didn't really stand much of a chance against the Lakers, and they still took 2 games off of his effort and time. I think he played, I want to say, like 47 minutes in Game 5 against LA in the finals.
When he's going to, when he's hot, man. He cannot miss. I know when he had that 50-point performance against, who'd they play in the first round?
Milwaukee.
Oh, man, that's right. They upset the 1 seed. When he gets hot and he had that 50-plus point performance, there's no stopping that, dude. It's like tunnel vision with him, and you love that type of play out of a forward, especially with his defense and his scoring ability. How did they mess that up, Billy? I really want to know.
I can't. I have no explanation.
I fall asleep every single night contemplating that. No, I actually
it could have been Mikal Bridges, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid.
Zaire Smith's a better player than Mikal Bridges.
He's not even playing anymore.
And a large part is due to his, I think he had some sort of genetic.
He had a sesame.
He lost 20 pounds in like 1 or 2 months. So, some factors out of his control. But apparently that makes sense. Let's trade Zaire Smith for Mikal Bridges.
Let's look at the starters for the Heat. Kevin Love, Butler, Adebayo. So somebody said, why aren't you an announcer? Like, I could never. You call games for what?
The Wilmington Blue Rocks. Yeah,
I can't pronunciate names.
Yeah, it's tough. I literally before the game, like an hour and a half before,
you have to go over. I'll go to
the PA announcer and be like, "Are you 100% certain?" Because if not, some family member is going to text into the station and be like, "Hey,
all right, ready? Say who's the volley Vitae?"
Oh man,
I don't know that. Big V.
Did you say that?
I haven't said his name in a while. If I had it in front of me, I could say
you're the play-by-play guy.
Hey, let me get it in front of me, and I'll give my best attempt. Hold on.
You say it.
I don't know.
Halapulavati Vitae. That's what it is.
Josh Hennig can say it. He's
unfortunately, I've always just said Halupadipudu.
Halapulavati Vitae.
Just because it's a lot.
Big V.
Yeah. And you I'm looking at the starters for the Heat. They're all plus 12, plus 9, plus 11, plus 14.
That's the Himmy Butler effect.
Well, yeah, that he's right. That's the Himmy Butler effect, and they essentially have 2 head coaches there. Eric Spoelstra with what he brings to the game, his game plans, and then Jimmy Butler who coaches when he's out there on the floor. You have to have a guy like that, and you know what? Our guy is supposed to be James Harden like that, facilitating, leading the guys, and overall just scoring when he has to. And he hasn't been doing any of that.
If I see him drive the lane and then kick it out to nobody, he did that a few times. He kicked it out,
went right into the stands. The sixth man.
M. Night Shyamalan was catching balls.
Yeah. The sixth man or M. Night Shyamalan had a better chance of catching those balls than his teammates. I mean, come on.
609-403-0973.
M. Night Shyamalan saw dead people, and that was James Harden.
Billy, I swear, if I see him, let's just say 3 or more times, go into the paint and try and hook his arms to try and draw a foul again and is unsuccessful today, I'm going to text both you and Andrew and be like, this guy stinks. I mean, it's brutal.
All right. I hope this doesn't happen. If the Sixers lose today, what's it going to be like in the media tonight?
It's officially Phillies season.
I'm sure he'll get another spicy quote from Embiid.
With Doc Rivers, is he going to find himself out the door?
I think so. If they lose this series, I just don't. It's one of those things, even with with Brett Brown, where even if he's not the worst coach or anything like that,
my brother hated Brett Brown from the very beginning.
There comes a point where you just need to move on. You need to just move on and get a fresh start.
Speaking of moving, the process is over. I mean, the only person left from the process really is Joel Embiid.
Let me ask you guys this too, and my roommate was asking me this a few times during the game on Friday when we were out watching it. Damian Lillard is going to be on the trade block more than likely this offseason. And the biggest trade piece the Philadelphia 76ers have is?
Tobias Harris?
Nope. Tyrese Maxey. I do not want to part with a 22-year-old Tyrese Maxey, but let's be honest. They're not going to take Toby, picks, and money for Damian Lillard. They're going to want Tyrese Maxey to try and build around him.
What they should have done? They should have gotten Buddy Hield when they had the opportunity. And who else?
Malcolm Brogdon, Tyrese Halliburton. I know the Kings didn't love that deal with Simmons, so they declined it and eventually got Sabonis. But would you be willing to trade Tyrese Maxey in the offseason if it meant bringing Damian Lillard, who keep in mind, on the wrong side of 30, he's 32 already. Would you trade him for him?
I personally think I'm good on it. Damian Lillard's a phenomenal
What do you mean
player.
you're good on it?
I'm saying I'm good. I do not want to.
You don't want to do that.
I would do Harden in a sign and trade potentially. I think
they wouldn't accept that though.
You don't think they would do Harden? And
why would the Trailblazers want Harden?
I don't know, because they're not a well-run organization, Danny.
Yeah, but at the same time,
there's rumors that he wants to go back to Houston.
I think they would rather like Jaden Springer, Paul Reed picks and Tobias Harris than Harden. Like my thing is. Keep Tyrese Maxey. He's still 22 years old. He's already shown star type of ability when he's on. Keep him. Move Tobias Harris. Don't re-sign James Harden. Then your cap just completely opens up. Right. If you can somehow find a way to get the right package to the Blazers, you have enough money to take on that Damian Lillard contract without giving up Maxey.
All right, real quick. What do you guys think? What do you young bucks think about Daryl Morey?
I like him.
Much better than Elton Brand. We can definitely say that with certain.
I don't think he's the greatest at this point, but I think he's made some good moves. And again, say what you want about James Harden. The fact that we got James Harden for Ben Simmons, regardless, is one of the biggest finesses of all time. I mean, James Harden, he is night and day compared to Ben Simmons.
I will say this team in the offseason, Game 3. We're missing that Seth Curry, JJ Redick presence. They need a pure sharpshooter.
They need a pure shooter.
Because that was supposed to be DeAnthony Melton. He was supposed to be the shooter, and he was that in the beginning of the year. He has fallen off a cliff.
Well, he's
been good as of late.
How many minutes did he play last week?
He's really not been showing up in the playoffs.
He had a lot of, I forget, I think he finished with 14 or 15. He played pretty well Game 3, but he didn't really show up in games 1 or 2.
609-403-0973 is the text board. You want to send us a message. What do the Sixers need to do to win today? Hey, for over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey, just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need for a successful party. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Go in there and say hi to Chet. Tell him the locker room sent you. A new wind is blowing at Maserati of the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati of the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweiman, the youth movement. You're listening to the locker room on 97.3 ESPN.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball.
Out of here. The wind didn't bother Freddie Freeman right there. He got all over it.
Heated National League West rivals go head-to-head in San Diego when Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers face Manny Machado and the Padres.
There it goes and gone. Home run, Manny Machado.
The Dodgers at the Padres on Sunday Night Baseball. This is the play-by-play home of Sunday Night Baseball, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning. Those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again, again and again. Call and again, again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest.
You call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, buy a DeWalt 9-gallon corded shop vacuum with accessories at a new low price of $99. Plus, as an MVPs member, earn 3 bonus points per dollar when you buy select concrete mix. You can then redeem for rewards. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, discount taken at time of purchase. See associate for details. Valid through 5/17. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 6/2. Subject to change.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim with the youth movement, producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds. Of course, we're streaming live on my YouTube channel. Check us out there. What do you got on today there, Danny?
Yeah, we got another text in.
What are you wearing, Danny?
I'm wearing. Oh, what am I wearing?
Yeah, what is that,
I'm wearing some Rowan Radio merch. No Philly stuff. I got a plain white shirt under it. I got some merch in my car though. I'm gonna whip out for the game.
Put the merch on, dude.
You got Phillies on. You don't even have Sixers on. Come on. You want them to win. You don't get the Sixers on.
Same colors though.
What do you got?
What do you got?
Oh, is that an NBA MVP shirt?
I got my official 2023 NBA MVP Joel Embiid shirt. They were selling that in the stadium on Friday night.
Not doing a good job of convincing me.
Whoa.
You're not even wearing Sixers merch.
I wore a Harden jersey on Friday's game at Chickies and Pete's. I'm the biggest fan there is, my man.
All right, 609-403-0973 is the text board. What do you got, Danny?
Yeah, I got one from a no-named Sixers fan, I am assuming, saying Harden's the man game 1. Now he's a bum. Our fans are so hot and cold. Bottom line, Celtics are better. He's not a bum. No one's saying.
Well, here's the thing.
He played like a bum.
We're critical because of his effort.
He wasn't putting
any
effort.
Better effort, and he looked like he would. Did he look like he was having fun?
No.
The one play you got to go back and
he
look
looked
at.
like he was struggling.
The one.
I mean, they're stifling him on defense.
He's literally being like swarmed by Jaylen Brown. He can't handle it. But the one play you got to go back and look at Harden's effort and really evaluate it when. Offensive rebound was being bounced around. I think it was either Paul Reed or somebody else that got it and needed to get rid of it before he fell out of bounds. Passes it to James Harden. James Harden says, all right, come here, ball, fall in my lap. Marcus Smart charges the ball, intercepts it, and goes up for a layup.
Yep.
That's all you need to know. His effort wasn't there.
So I would say, I'm not calling him a bum.
No, he deserves as much credit for winning us game 1 as he does for losing us game 3. That's just how it works.
You know how it is here. If the fans see that you're giving 110% and look like you're doing all the things right, just not working for you.
Yeah,
that's different than what he showed us on Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and here's the thing. Yeah, like I was saying just before the break.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
but let me interrupt. How about what Embiid said? The guy's got to show up. Give us the quote.
Yeah, so his exact quote. He was asked on whether he thought it was the players' fault or the coaching adjustments for that loss on Friday, and he said, I think that the players have to show up. I got to do my job. Everybody knows their role. They have to do their job. Players have to show up. Obviously, you can make any adjustments you want, but if the players don't execute and we don't make shots, that's on us. I got to be better. We all got to be better.
All got to be better.
That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear.
Exactly. And when asked about Harden in particular, he said, I mean, you just talk to him and you just keep telling him to keep shooting, be aggressive. That's why you can't get too high.
You remember what he did in game 1, guys? He drove the lane and he pulled up. He didn't go all the way in and he didn't get his layup blocked. He got which happened like three or four times in game 3.
Yeah, I don't know why he
pull up and take that 4-foot jump shot.
I don't know why he disbands from that or goes strays away from that mid-range game. He's very good at it. And I feel like, especially like you hit the nail on the head there, Billy. When he's not getting those layups to go, when he's getting blocked by Rob Williams or Al Horford, you need to threaten them. Do a step back mid-range pull up. You are one of the shiftiest guys in NBA history. He might not be that anymore, but you've got something left in the tank, so do it.
He proved he could do it in game 1.
Well, Danny, have you considered the fact that he's good on basketball instincts and he knows when to pass and when to shoot? That's what the man himself said.
Yeah, no, my bad. He knows what he's doing out there. Clearly, after he went, 1 for 11 in the first half, it was brutal.
Yeah,
and Danny and I said this during the break too, Andrew. That they do that pick and roll at the top of the key. It seems like if it's not there. Like if it's not as successful, they after that they got to regroup. They look like a deer in headlights.
If I see one more James Harden behind the back pick and roll pass, I think I'm going to jump out a window.
Yeah, no, it's bad. I mean, you just every time, they do the pick and roll, and then it doesn't work out. It just becomes a scramble. Like, what do we do now?
And then, like you see Maxey running around all like discombobulated, and
Tobias sitting in the corner with his hands on his knees.
Yeah. I don't know. And then if the pick and roll doesn't work, let's just say they double Embiid in the paint and get to him. Then they pass it back out to the perimeter and dribble out the rest of the shot clock and either pull up for a chuck mid-ranger or a chuck three-pointer.
And also, has this team ever heard of a pick and pop? I mean, why is it always a roll?
Thank
why
you.
have we not done a single
You
pick
have
and pop?
one of the best mid-range scorers in the game in Joel Embiid, if not the best, and one of the former best mid-range scorers who can still do it from time to time in James Harden.
It's
609-403-0973. Got a few minutes left. Send us a text message. What do you think how the Sixers are going to win today? What do they need to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and officially hype you up here. Get you ready. I'm going to try and officially hype you up.
Come on, young guys.
Listen, obviously I want them to win just like everybody else. The Sixers today, I'm not going to say they're going to, but it's more than likely that they're going to respond at home. It's hard to lose 2 straight games in the Wells Fargo Center. James Harden isn't going to have the most efficient performance. He goes for 20-plus today. I don't really care if he cracks 10-plus assists. He needs to go for 20-plus. You need that output. You need output from D'Anthony Melton, and Tyrese Maxey has to at least get 15. I'm setting the bar low for him because Tobias can get 15 and make up for the other, half of the points Maxey could get, but you need at least 20 from Harden. Forget about the passing game. Be aggressive. And then you need at least 15 each from Tobias and Maxey, and if you get 15 from Melton, it's a win.
Yeah.
609-403-0973 is the text board.
If you want me to hype you up, Billy, I'm going to try to keep it simple. We have the most valuable player in all of basketball on our team. And when you have that, anything is possible. Down 2-1, I don't care. Last time I went to see them.
Drop 50 against the Celtics like he did about a month ago.
It's like, it just seems like everything's going wrong for this team. When you take a look at the guards, I'm just looking at the efficiency right now from the field. Maxey and Harden both arguably had their worst games of this series. 4 for 16 from Maxey, 3 for 9 from beyond for him, and 3 for 14 for Harden, 2 for 7 from beyond. Granted, they hit their free throws, but what are the odds that both of your guards are going to go that cold?
Right.
Is that going to happen again today? I doubt it.
You know what, Danny? When
Knock on wood.
When I used to say whenever I would place a sports bet, but now that I can't because I work for the Eagles, but back when I would, if I lost a couple sports bets in a row, I said, I'm due. And the Sixers, they are due.
I told you what I'm going to do today.
Yeah. It's a bold strategy, Colin.
Throw the
put the whole 139 on the Celtics. minus 2.5.
Win-win for you.
This way, if the Sixers win, it's the best $139 I ever spent. That's how much I want them to win. I am such a jinx. I'm so bad at betting, I can't even pick my nose. So I figured if I take the Celtics, I'm guaranteed to jinx them.
It worked for you on Friday, didn't it?
Yeah, well, not really.
I mean, they didn't.
I wanted to lose.
Exactly. They didn't win, but you got money from it.
I got my money.
You got money from it.
Show me the money.
You got profit.
Show me the money.
At the end of the day,
money, Jerry.
At the end of the day, the world runs on money, and you got some money to throw out there. Hopefully. I mean, listen, I don't know what to root for here. You losing $139, or you gaining whatever the profit would be on that $139?
Well, listen, if I double my money today, I'm still going to be pissed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at that point, the series is over.
I'm not going to take the money out of this account. It's going to stay there.
That's just more
money. I'm going to deposit into my checking account.
That's just more money to put on Game 5. That's what you got to look at.
So they win today. We're guaranteed a Game 6 back at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah. Just take care of your business today. Do your best against Boston.
All right, let me ask you this question, boys. What about if James Harden is not the James Harden that we saw in Game 1? Does Doc Rivers maybe put this reserves in earlier, change it up, or is he going to die with them?
I will say that's a good point you make there, because when Harden was off the floor in Game 3,
they played better.
They played so much better. Like every time they went on a run, Harden would check in, and it was immediate, like 8-0, 7-0 run for the Celtics. He just seemed to kill any type of success they had in Game 3. I'm not expecting that again today, because it can't really happen 2 games in a row. Knock on wood again.
Right.
But I mean,
I
would.
And by the way, fellas, I know I know the regular season is different. Obviously, the playoffs are the playoffs. But
Yeah.
when you have the league leader in assists and the league leader in scoring, like, I don't understand, like, how they come out flat like that when you have those two weapons on your on your team.
Hey, man.
We got another text, Lamont from Atlantic City, saying the Sixers are snake bitten. I've been with them through the whole process. It's not possible to have so many things go wrong. As far as Butler, he was older and never plays an entire season. That's wrong. He didn't like Brown. Simmons didn't like him. And at the time, he had a terrible reputation. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He's a winner.
He still goes on to say he wanted 5 years. Sixers offered 4. Also, he became playoff Jimmy after he left the Sixers. That's also wrong. Hindsight is wonderful. He might have increased his game a little bit after leaving the Sixers, but you mean to tell me that he wasn't the guy that was having the ball in crunch time? I mean, a game 7 against Toronto, case in point. He had that layup to tie it up.
He did have the steal and layup, but he didn't have the best game in game 7. I will say that. I remember I saw somebody on Twitter, they posted, because somebody said, has Embiid ever had a teammate step up in the playoffs? And somebody posted Jimmy Butler's stats against Toronto, but they conveniently said game in size 2 font, games 2 through 6, because in games 1 and 7, he didn't play that well. But I will say I do think he's being a bit harsh. Jimmy Butler still played good enough for us in the playoffs.
You can't really blame like the lack of playoff Jimmy, at least in that Toronto series, on Jimmy too, because think about how many people he was fighting for to get the ball.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons, primary ball handler. Joel Embiid was the future MVP of the league. Tobias Harris obviously needs to get his due. So, I mean, you can't really say that was Jimmy's fault.
609-403-0973. A few minutes left. Send us a text. What do the Sixers need to do to win? And can they win today? Can they tie it up?
The answer is yes.
609-403-0973. Hey, for over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the locker with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Go in there and say hello to the locker room. Send you. And done it. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers-Celtics Game 4 later today on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
In the lane, Smart hangs in traffic, puts it up and in. James Harden, a rugged interior basket.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Your play-by-play home for Sixers playoff basketball. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Hey, Doctor, not a real customer. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 44-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
Welcome to Ethos, a new kind of insurance company that believes life insurance should be hassle-free, affordable, and accessible for everyone.
For around $1 a day, I got a 20-year, $250,000 term life insurance policy without a medical exam. All I had to do was answer a few health questions and snap, family protected. It was quick and easy. Ethos is 100% online. I got a quote in seconds, applied in minutes, and got coverage in hours. Just answer a few health questions. No medical exam, no blood tests, no hassle. Look, nobody wants to plan for the unthinkable, but it would be so much worse to not plan at all. So don't put it off. It feels great having the peace of mind knowing that my family is protected.
Ethos, the 100% online hassle-free way to get affordable life insurance. Don't wait. Get your free online quote now at ethoslife.com. That's ethoslife.com.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, back broadcasted live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Danny Ryan, and the intern Andrew leads the youth movement in here. Now, fellas, you both have beards. Here's what I propose. If the Sixers come back and they win tonight, and they win the series, you guys have to shave your beards.
I accept to these
Check out
terms.
us on the StreamYard YouTube channel.
Mine's a little bit weaker than Andrew's, but I accept your challenge, Sir Billy Boy. I accept your challenge.
How about you, Andrew?
Of course, I will.
Sixers win the series, you're shaving your beard.
I would do a lot more if the Sixers won the series. I will shave my beard.
Right
No, I mean, hey.
All right, everybody heard it. You guys are going to shave your beard. The Sixers win the series.
Yeah, I'll send it. We might even have to put it on social media.
I don't know how I'm going to react to you guys with clean-shaven faces.
I might even do it.
I can't stand whiskers.
If James, you know, if the beard steps up, my beard goes away.
Yeah,
how about
I'll
that?
tell you what I'll do. I'll get a crew cut.
You'll get a crew cut, like
with a little hair,
like a military
how
cut.
How about you have to grow out a playoff beard?
Ooh, you have to grow it. If
You
they
gotta
win, if
grow
they
it
come
out.
back
We
and win the
gotta show
series,
All right, if they win today, because I didn't shave this morning.
Okay.
If they win tonight,
all right.
I don't shave until the
end of the series, at least
until the end of the playoff.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Until the end of the playoff.
let's make this deal. They win today, and they end up winning the Celtics series. You don't shave till the end of the playoff run. They win today, but end up losing the series. You can shave after the series.
Yeah.
is over.
It's a playoff.
Yeah.
beard.
Yep.
It's a playoff beard. If they keep going, I get a beard.
And let's do this.
And I hate facial hair.
Let's add another layer to the onion too. If they come back, and win the series. Andrew and I shave our beards, and we don't grow them back until the end of their playoff run.
Okay,
that's fine.
I'll try my best.
All right, we got the Phillies and Celtics, Phillies and Sox, Celtics and Sixers down at South Philly. We need to save face, guys. We need 2 big wins today.
Boston can't own us this entire weekend. They can't.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Dude. I mean, obviously, I care more about the Sixers getting the win today because it's much more important. But give us 2.
So the Eagles split the Super Bowl appearance against with the Patriots, right? We lost one to the Patriots. We won one, beat the Patriots. But I don't have any disdain for the New England Patriots like I do the Celtics and the Boston Bruins. I can't stand them.
Yeah. I do to a degree with the Patriots, but yeah, I mean,
I know.
The Celtics
people hated Tom Brady. He said he cheated. Everything. You know what? No, he didn't. You know what I mean? That it's so
he technically
5 psi air in a ball. You wouldn't be able to even tell the difference.
And the whole watching practice thing. It's a thing that many teams did back in the day. The Patriots got caught.
It's not good.
There is a bit much to it.
Like when technology comes in, like if you're trying to steal signs from the third base coach, that's part of the game.
Yeah. No, I mean, my thing is like I hated the Patriots a lot when Tom Brady was there because one, they won so much and I was tired of seeing them win. But two, the cheating allegations were kind of valid. You don't want to be recording people's
Well, yeah,
practice.
No, that's not right. That aspect of it is not right.
I didn't love the deflated ball allegations.
We got to win. The Phillies, they got to win today.
They didn't have 1 6-game losing streak all of last season.
Year, yes.
2 separate 5-game losing streaks. They've already got their first 6-game losing streak, and they're on the verge of making it 7 today.
Look,
they need to break it.
I know Mike Carlin says, don't get excited. It's only May. But 6 in a row? And the way they're losing?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, especially with, getting that shot in the arm of Bryce Harper coming back, and it's done nothing.
You would think that would be enough.
Especially with how good he's been playing, too.
The thing is, too, I agree with Carlin to an extent. Don't get worked up. It's May. There's plenty of ball games left. But there's also not that many ball games left in hindsight when you have the Mets and Braves in your division. I mean, that's 2 juggernaut teams in the MLB.
The Mets aren't.
They'll turn it around. Trust me, they'll turn it around.
You think so?
Just like the Phillies will.
Mets?
If you're going to have confidence the Phillies will turn it around, you better have confidence the Mets will and prepare for them to be coming.
Verlander didn't look good the other day.
No, he did not. But, first start of the year.
I know.
So.
Man, I'm so excited for today's
Andrew,
game.
You're going to the game. Do the Sixers win today?
I'm going to say they do. I'm going to say it's going to be a close one. I think Embiid's going to give me 38 tonight. I think Harden's going to be 20 and 8. And I think it's going to be 118 to 114. 114.
And that's what Mark Grimes said. He said,
he said Buff.
What do you say, Danny?
I definitely see an improvement from Harden in this game. I don't think he's going to go off. The guy I'm expecting a big game from today, obviously Embiid, but Tyrese Maxey is due. He's going to step up. When he gets hot and he feeds off that home crowd, there's no better guard in the league. I mean, he looks great when that happens.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the Celtics, but I think the Sixers can win tonight. And I want them to win.
That's why you're betting the Celtics.
That's why I'm betting the Celtics.
Try and jinx them.
Great show today, fellas. Want to thank Tommy Greene as we go on the mound every Sunday with Tommy Greene, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. Want to thank Dr. Sean McMillan, Chief of Sports Medicine at Virtua, Orthopedic Surgeon.
Great insight today.
All right, let's go Sixers. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schwein. I want to throw out a happy birthday to my nephews, Colin and Cody. Let's go Sixers, and we'll see you next week right here in the locker room.
The preceding program was paid for by the